Morning everyone. Today we are here with a new series of the PGT TGT examination. So today we are here with the Matthew Arnold and we will discuss about the Matthew Arnold question and that will very important for our examination. So आज हम यही पढ़ेंगे कि मैथ्यू एर्नॉल्ड के यहाँ पे कौन कौन से क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं एंड किस टाइप के यहाँ पे क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं. So we will discuss all these things. Okay. So here, this is Matthew Arnold. So as we know, Matthew Arnold, who was born in 1822 and died in 1888, and was an English Victorian poet and literary social critic, and noted especially the classical attack on the contemporary tastes and manners of the barbarian and the aristocracy or the Philistine, the commercial middle class, and the populace. He became the apostle of the culture in such work like as Culture in Anarchy, which came in 1869. तो that should be very important. So हम देख सकते हैं मैथ्यू एर्नॉल्ड जो कि एक विक्टोरियन पोइट है, लिटरेरी क्रिटिक, सोशल एंड लिटरेरी क्रिटिक हैं. स्पेशली अटैक किया इन्होंने कंटेम्प्रेरी टेस्ट पे, ठीक है, अपनी सोसाइटी के और मैनर ऑफ बार्बियन. बार्बियन मतलब जो एरिस्टोक्रेसी है, एरिस्टोक्रेसी, और फिलिस्तीन्स मतलब फिलिस्तीन मतलब कमर्शियल मिडिल क्लासेस के ऊपर इन्होंने कमेंट किया है कि हाउ दे आर वर्किंग देयर. एंड ही बिकेम द अपोस्टल ऑफ कल्चर. वो कहीं ना कहीं कल्चर को लेके भी मतलब उन्होंने मतलब बताया है. अपोस्टल हियर वी कैन सी द मीनिंग. अपोस्टल का मतलब क्या होता है यहाँ पे, वी कैन सी हियर दैट इज प्रेरित. तो ही ऑल्सो उन्होंने प्रेरित भी किया है कल्चर को इन सच वर्क एज कल्चर एनार्की. ओके. मैथ्यू अर्नोल्ड वाज द एल्डेस्ट सन ऑफ द रिनोन थॉमस अर्नोल्ड. तो हम यहाँ देख सकते हैं वो जो यहाँ पे उनके पिताजी का नाम थॉमस अर्नोल्ड था, who was appointed as a headmaster of the rugby school in 1828. जो कि रग्बी स्कूल में अपॉइंट हुए थे एज अ हेडमास्टर. उन्हीं के नाम पे उन्होंने रग्बी स्कूल नाम का एक वर्क भी लिखा था, ठीक है. मैथ्यू इंटर रग्बी इन 1837. तो ये जो रग्बी था ये एक स्कूल था जो वो वहाँ पे 1837 में गए. एंड दैट अटेंडेड ऑक्सफर्ड, और उसके बाद उन्होंने ऑक्सफर्ड में अटेंड किया एज बैलियल कॉलेज, ठीक है. एंड देयर ही वॉन द न्यू डाइसगेट प्राइज, और वहाँ पे उन्हें न्यू डाइजेट प्राइज विद द पोएम क्रॉमवेल से मिला था. तो दैट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. There he won the new Dizet Prize with the poem Cromwell 1843 and was graduated with a second class honor in 1844. उनको second class honor भी यहीं पे मिला था. His first volume of verse was The State Reveler and Other Poems. जो इनकी first volume थी poem की, that was The State Reveler and Other Poems, ठीक है. And by A 1814, by A ये इनका वर्क है. 1814 was this was followed, सॉरी, एंड दिस वाज फॉलोड इन 1852. ये 1852 तक फैला इनका मतलब फॉलो होता भी गया, स्प्रेड भी होता गया, ठीक है. by another under the same initial, एम्पिडोकल ऑन एटना, ठीक है. तो यहाँ हम देख सकते हैं एम्पिडोकल ऑन एटना एंड अदर पोएम. इन 1853 appeared the first volume of poem published under his name. और फिर 1853 में ये फिर फर्स्ट वॉल्यूम के साथ अपने नाम के साथ आए. तो यहाँ देख लीजिए, हिज फर्स्ट वॉल्यूम ऑफ वर्स वॉज स्ट्रेट रिवलर एंड अदर पोएम, जो कि 1849 में आई थी. ए दिस वॉज फॉलोड इन 1852, और ये मतलब 1852 के बाद 52 में आई. मतलब ये जो पोएम थी इनकी जो फर्स्ट वॉल्यूम थी वो क्या थी, द स्ट्रेट रिवलर एंड द अदर पोएम, ठीक है. एंड by A 1840 this was followed in 1852 by another under the name initial एम्पिडुकल ऑन एटना. ये इनका नाम था, ठीक है, इस नाम से फेमस हुए. और इन 1853 appeared the first volume of poem published under the name his name, लेकिन जब 1853 में इन्होंने फर्स्ट टाइम अपने नाम से लिखना स्टार्ट किया. इन इट कंसिस्टेड पार्टली ऑफ द पोएम. कह रहे हैं इट पार्टली कंसिस्टेड. It consisted partly of poems selected from the earlier volume and also contained the well-known preface of explaining why Empedocles was excluded from the selection. It was a dramatic poem in which the suffering find not no vent in action, in which there is everything to be endured or nothing to be done. ठीक है, तो ये आप देख लो हिंदी में. इसमें आंशिक रूप में पहले खंड की चुनी हुई कविताएं शामिल थी. इसमें वह प्रसिद्ध प्रस्तावना भी शामिल था जो बताती है कि एम्पेडोक्लस को चैन से क्यों बाहर रखा गया. यह एक नाटकीय कविता थी जिसमें पीड़ा को कार्रवाई में कोई रास्ता नहीं मिलता था. ठीक है, इसमें सहने के लिए सब कुछ है, करने के लिए कुछ भी नहीं है. यह प्रस्तावना एकता, नारी वैयक्तिकता और सार्वभौमिकता और वास्तुशिल्पीय शक्ति के क्लासिक गुणों को और आध्यात्मिक युग के मॉडल के रूप में शास्त्रीय उत्कृष्ट कृतियों के मूल रूप से अपने आग्रह में उनकी बात की आलोचना का पूर्वाभास करती है. It consisted partly of poems selected from the earlier volume and also contained well-known preface explaining why Empedocles were excluded from the selection. It was a dramatic poem in which the suffering find no vent to in action, in which there is everything to be endured, nothing to be done. This preface foreshadowed his later criticism in his instance upon the classic virtues of his unity, impersonality, and universality, and the architectonic power, and upon the value of the classic masterpiece as a model for an age of spiritual discomfort, an age wanting in moral grandeur. Other editions followed the and Marrow, Arnold Classical Trustee appeared in. So here we will see Arnold Classical Trustee appeared in 1858 and new poem in 1867. After that date, though there were further addition, Arnold wrote little additional verses. Okay, so it will be included. Now, in 1857, Arnold was elected as the Oxford Chair of Poetry, and which he held in 10 years. Which he held in 10 years. Several of his lectures were published. Several of his lectures were published essay, but the most of the work was essay, but the most substantial fruits of the professorship were the three lectures on the translating Homer, in which recommended Homer's painless and nobility as medicine for the modern world, and with Sikh Surrey and divided aims, and the condemned Francis Newman recent translation as ignoble and eccentric, and lecture on the study of the Celtic literature. Okay, in which without much knowledge of his subject of anthropology, he used to Celtic strain or symbol of that which reject the despotism of the commonplace and the utilitarian. Utilitarian. Okay. Now next, Empedocles ऑन एटना अनदर पोएम. ये आपका वर्क है मेन, इसको लर्न करिए. ठीक है, सो इट केम इन 1852. इट इज़ अ ड्रामेटिक पोएम. ठीक है, इट वॉज अ ड्रामेटिक पोएम पब्लिश एनॉनिमसली. इनका बिना नाम से लिखा गया था. एंड ऑल पोर्ट्रेट द फिलोसफर Empedocles who committed suicide by throwing himself into the crater of Etna में. नेक्स्ट वर्क इज सोहराब एंड रुस्तम. इनका जो आया दैट इज केम इन 1853. इट वॉज अ पोएम. ठीक है, एंड अ स्टोरी इज टेकन फ्रॉम फिरदौसी इन पर्शियन एपिक. ये जो स्टोरी ली गई थी ये पर्शियन एपिक से ली गई थी. इट वॉज इन ब्लैंक वर्स एडॉन बाय एपिक सिमिलर. ये ब्लैंक वर्स में था और सिमलीज के साथ. नेक्स्ट द स्कॉलर जिप्सी दैट इज केम इन 1853 अगेन. पोयम थी, एक पास्टोरल थी, ठीक है। पास्टोरल पोएटिक्स based on old legend narrated by Glanville in the Vanity of the Dogmatizing. The tone is elegiac. Okay, so it should be keep in your mind. Next, Thyrsis क्या है? Thyrsis एक monody है, ठीक है। monody मतलब जो अकेले कोई गाता है। To commemorate the Arthur Payne, Arthur half calf who died in Florence 1861, first published in Macmillan magazine in 1866, a pastoral uh, elegy है। थीसिस क्या है? एक पास्टोरल, ये भी मोनोडी है, लेकिन ये और ये इन्होंने आर्थर ह्यूज काफ के डेथ पे लिखा था। लेमेंटिंग काफ एज थाइसिस, उन्होंने थाइसिस का नाम उसको दिया था, recalling his golden prime in days when he was and all wandered through the Oxfordshire countryside. रग्बी चैपल उनका जो स्कूल है उनके फादर का, ठीक है। उनके फादर ने 1828 में, इन्होंने 37 में किया था। ऑन ट्रांसलेटिंग होमर 1861, डॉवर बीच, ये भी पोएम ही है, ठीक है। एस्से ऑन क्रिटिसिज्म आया था इनका मेन वर्क, दैट केम इन 1865 एंड 1889, कंटेन द बेस्ट ऑफ हिज क्रिटिकल वर्क, ठीक है। इसमें उन्होंने क्रिटिसाइज किया। ऑन द स्टडी ऑफ द सेल्टिक लिटरेचर 1867 में आया था, ठीक है। कल्चर एंड एनार्की, ये भी देख लो, 1869 में आया है। अ कलेक्शन ऑफ एसे, ठीक है। कंटेन मैनी ऑफ द एनॉल collection of essay. It is a collection of essay contain many of and all central critical argument. The first chapter is devoted to the concept of culture as a sweetness and lighted. The phrase adapted from the suit the battle of the book and all present culture as a classic ideal of the human perfection. Subsequent chapters set forward to the definition of barbarian, Philistine, and the Pompilius. Next. Publius. Listen, contrast and Publius contrast the spirit of Hebraism with the Hellenism. ठीक है। लिटरेचर एंड डॉगमा ये कब आया था? ये आया था इनका 1873 में। इट वॉज केम इन 1873। ना हियर वी विल सी द चार्ल्स डिकेंस, इम्पॉर्टेंट है बहुत ही ज़्यादा। 1812 से 1872 70 तक माना जाता है। ही वॉज एन इंग्लिश राइटर, social critic. He created some of the world's best known fictional characters, is regarded by many of the greatest novelists of Victorian era. ठीक है। Dickens' literary success began with the 1836 serial publication of the Pickwick Paper. ठीक है। Within a few years, he had become an international literary celebrity, famous for his humor, satire, and observation of character and society. His novel most published in the monthly or weekly, है ना? तो इनका जो मोस्टली जो वर्क होता है मंथली और इंस्टॉलमेंट। एंड Pine Reed, the series of narrative fiction, which became the dominant Victorian mode for the novel publications. Okay. Now in 1843, novella Christmas Carol remain especially popular and continues to inspire adaptation in every artistic genre. ठीक है। Oliver Twist and Great Expectation are also frequent adaptation, and like many of these novels evoke images of early Victorian London. His 1859 novel A Tale of the City, London and Paris, important है, 1859 में आई थी ये, London and Paris, is a best known work for the fictional history. The most famous celebrity of this is that he undertook to respond the public demand uh, and series of public reading tour in the latter part of his career. The term Dickensian is used to describe something reminiscent of the Dickens and his writings, such a poor social condition or the commercial repulsive character. Okay, now next. Now here we will see what is Tale of Two Cities. A Tale of Two Cities came in 1859 historical novel by Charles Dickens and set in London and Paris. ये क्वेश्चन बार बार आता है, where is the set to that is London, Paris before during the French Revolution. French Revolution. The novel tells the story of the Um, French doctor. Sorry, the novel tells the story of this French doctor. Uh, French doctor Minette. In 18 years long imprisonment of the Bastille in Paris, and he released to London and with his daughter Lucy, whom he had never met. ठीक है, the story is set against the condition that led up the French Revolution and the reign of the terror. The story is set against the condition of that led up to the French Revolution and the Great Expectation. देख लेते हैं ये किसका है, द 13 नॉवल बाय चार्ल्स डिकेन. ठीक है, penultimate completed novel which is depicted the education or pain. Nickname is Pip the Buildings Woman. The story. An orphan nicknamed Pip. The book is a Bildungsroman, a coming of age story. It is Dickens' second novel after David Copperfield, and it is fully narrated by the first person. The novel was first published as a serial in Dickens' weekly periodical All Round in August 18. ठीक है, तो द नॉवल वॉज फर्स्ट पब्लिश एज अ सीरियल इन डिकिंस by weekly periodical all the years round from 1st December 1680 to 6 December August 1680, मतलब एक साल तक ही आई थी. In 16 October 18 in October 16 1861 Chapman and Hall published the novel in 3 volumes. The novel is set कैंट एंड लंदन अर्ली टू द मिडिल ऑफ द 19th century. जो नॉवल का जो सेट है वो कैंट में है, लंदन में, जो कि 19th century को शो करता है. एंड द कंटेन सम ऑफ डिकन्स most celebrated scene starting from Gaber where young people is accosted by the escape convict Abel Migwich. Great Expectation is full of extreme imagery, poverty, prison, and chain and fight of death, and his colorful cast of the character who is into popular culture. These include the eccentric Miss Havisham. मिस हैविसम को करेक्टर को बहुत ही क्या कहा गया है, बहुत ही इसेंट्रिक है. द ब्यूटीफुल बट कोल्ड एस्टेला एंड जो and unsophisticated and Kyle Blacksmith. Dickens' theme include wealth and poverty, rejection, triumph of good over the evil. Great Expectation is popular both reader and literary critic. Has been translated into many languages and adapted numerous times in the various of media. तो ये आप कर लेंगे. Now next work is David Copperfield. ये बार बार आता है. It's the eighth novel by Charles Dickens. The novel follows the personal history, adventure, experience, and observation young Bolton Rookery, which he is never meant to publish any account. It was published in 1849 to 50. ठीक है. The novel features the character David Copperfield and is written in the first person as a description of his life until middle age. With his adventure and numerous friends and enemies he meet along with his way. ठीक है. And it journey the change the growth from the infancy to maturity as people enter and leave his life and he passes through the stage of his development. It is often described as a masterpiece. It is also described as his masterpiece. इसको मास्टरपीस के रूप में भी जाना जाता है. द ट्रायम्फ ऑफ आर्ट ऑफ डिकेंशन. ठीक है, तो ये कहीं ना कहीं ट्रायम्फ ऑफ आर्ट है किसका, डिकेंशन का. which make a turning point to his work, the point of separation between the novel of youth and those maturity. Though written in first person, David Copperfield is considered to be more than one autobiography, going beyond the young framework in the original of theme and the novel. ठीक है. In the word of the author, this novel was a very complicated and viewing the invasion. Some element of the novel fall event in Dickinson's own life. It was Dickinson's favorite among the novel. In the preface of 1867 edition, Dickinson wrote, like many fond parents, uh, I have in my heart of the heart favorite child, and his name is David Copperfield. Now, Bleak House is now first published in 20th century episode sealed between the March 1852 to 1853. It first published, ठीक है. And the novel was many character and several subplot and told partly the novel's heroine as a Ether Summon. ठीक है, it's Esther Simerson, and partly by the omniscient narrator. The center of the Bleak House is in long-running legal case of the Court of the Chancery, Girandies, and the Girandies which come about because of the testator that has written several conflicting will. In the preface to the 1853 first edition, Dickinson claimed that there were many actual precedents for his fictional cases. One such was probably the Thurston v. Woodford case, in which we will read in 1797 was a contested and not determined until 1859. Though the legal profession criticized Dickens, such as the access rate, this novel helped support our judicial reform of the 1817. Now here Little Dorrit. Little Dorrit क्या है? Little novel by Charles Dickens, originally published in serial form between 1855 to 57. The story features Amy Dorrit. Amy Dorrit है यहाँ पे, ठीक है, and the youngest child of her family, born and raised in the Marshalla prison for debater in London, debtors in London. ठीक है, आर्थर क्लीनम encountered her after returning home from 20 years absence, ready to begin new life anew. The novel satirizes the shortcoming of both government and society, including of the institution of debtors' prison, where debtors were in prison, unable to work until they repaid their debt. The prison in this case in the Marshalla, where Dickens' father has been in prison. Dickinson is also critical to lady or lack of the social safety net, the treatment and the safety of industrial workers, as well as the bureaucracy of the British Treasury's form of fictional circumlocution office. Besides, he satirizes the stratification of society that resulted from British class system. Okay.